Let's look at an example. I'm going to label these examples the same way that I have in the notes that I provide for you for free online. So this example is 1.5.1. It's in lesson 1 notes that you can get on the course website. We're going to look at, let's define two sets. What's a set again? Collection of objects. And what do we say about that collection of objects? They're called elements. Objects are called elements. So let's define two sets. We're going to define a set L, and let me see if you can find the pattern. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Element enumeration. What do I do with element enumeration? To list all of them. Can you see why I call this by exhaustion? J, K, L, M. How many people are exhausted yet? You're not even right, or are you writing them too? You're exhausted by living vicariously? That's awesome. Yeah, you're exhausted for me. Okay, N, O, P, oh my God, Q, R, S, life is hard, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Could you guess what L means? Lowercase English letters. Could you guess the other set that we're going to define? Which would be what? U. Okay, how many people want to exhaust yourselves? Yeah, this is, I mean, hopefully you do. One of the things I'm going to really inspire you to do is to become what I call a scrapper. And a scrapper works their butt off first and then takes the easy way out. You'll learn this about me. I love the scrapper mentality. This right there is called an ellipsis. It's also called a carpal tunnel avoidance mechanism. Right? So A, B, C, leave it to the mind of the reader. What's the last thing I'm going to write? Z. You can do that, but be clear about what you're doing. Could you guess what we call this one? Uppercase English letters. And I should probably capitalize English, but just to say that I'm going to fight the Oxford English Dictionary, I'm going to leave it down lowercase. Okay, so that deals with those two sets. Let me ask you this. This object, which set is it an element of? Is an element of L. Should we be lazy? You know what mathematicians call being lazy, right? They say that's called education. So this is, you get to be educated. It's just a fancy way of being lazy, right? So D is an element of L. That's how we read that. Which set is it not an element?
Every other set.
Really? Yeah, because I could define a set L sub C, which is the lowercase English consonants, and I'm pretty sure that that element is in that. Try again. U. That's a tautology, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's not an element of U. Could you guess how we write that? Boom. Oh no! I failed this time. D is an element of L. D, element of L. And then let me, kakijun in Japanese, I forget how to write that. So the way that you write that element symbol, so this is called the element of symbol. Okay, so I like to do 2 strokes. I do a stroke down like that, and then I do a stroke out like that. So that's stroke 1 and stroke 2. Let me show you what it's not. So this is stroke order. For those of you that like stroke order, I think it's a beautiful thing. So this is yay, stroke order, and this is nay, stroke order. So this is not like this, right? I don't know, it's not like this. It's not like this. So those are all no's. When we write the element symbol, I like to do it like that, right? And it's important because when I read your work, I have to understand what you're doing. And if you write this thing, I'm going to read epsilon. That's epsilon. So kind of be aware of that.